What if the sequel to one of the coolest action movies ever made turned out to be far more brutal and intense than anyone expected? When audiences first watched The Transporter, they met Frank Martin, a professional driver who followed strict rules and never asked questions. The film was stylish, fast, and packed with action. But when The Transporter 2 arrived, everything felt bigger, faster, and far more dangerous. Many fans expected another exciting mission, but what they got instead was a sequel that pushed Frank Martin into one of the most brutal situations of his entire career. Welcome back to Stardock Daily, the place where we explore the stories behind legendary action movies and the moments that made them unforgettable. At the beginning of The Transporter 2, Frank Martin appears to have left his dangerous transport jobs behind. Instead of delivering mysterious packages for risky clients, he is living in Miami and working as a driver for a wealthy family. Compared to his previous life, it seems like a calm and simple routine. But Frank Martin's life never stays quiet for long. The young boy he drives to school becomes the target of a dangerous kidnapping operation. What begins as a shocking crime quickly reveals a much darker and more brutal plan. The criminals involved are not just looking for money or a ransom. They are part of a much larger scheme involving a deadly biological threat. Suddenly, Frank Martin finds himself caught in the middle of a situation that could affect thousands of lives. This is where the sequel becomes far more brutal than expected. Unlike the first film, where Frank was mostly dealing with criminals involved in underground deals, The Transporter 2 places him against enemies who are ruthless, organized, and willing to harm anyone who gets in their way. Every moment becomes a fight for survival. The action scenes in the movie are more intense, the fights are more aggressive, and the stakes are much higher. Whether Frank is escaping impossible car chases or facing groups of attackers alone, the danger around him feels constant and relentless. Jason Statham's performance makes Frank Martin even more impressive in this sequel. He plays the character with a calm confidence that makes every moment feel believable. Even when surrounded by chaos, Frank never panics. He observes, calculates, and strikes with precision. But what makes this mission truly brutal is the personal connection Frank develops with the young boy he is protecting. At first, the job seems like a simple driving assignment. But as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that Frank is willing to risk everything to keep the boy safe. That emotional connection adds another layer of tension to the story. Now, the mission is not just about stopping criminals. It is about protecting someone who trusts him completely. That is what makes The Transporter 2 stand out as one of the most intense entries in the series. It combines high-speed action, dangerous enemies, and a deeply personal mission that pushes Frank Martin to his limits. Even years after its release, fans still remember the film for its explosive energy and unforgettable action sequences. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think The Transporter 2 is the most exciting movie in the Transporter series, or do you prefer the original film? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to Stardock Daily for more action movie breakdowns and hidden film stories. Don't forget to like this video, share it with other movie fans, and leave a comment below with your favorite moment from The Transporter 2. Your support helps the channel grow and keeps these exciting movie discussions going.